Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, Still Inferno, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I kind of wanted to take a look at Mydei, since as you can see here, his banner is now live. I just kind of wanted to take a look and kind of give you guys my thoughts on if I would, pull him, if I wanted him, and what I think about him just, as a character in general. So kind of to help with that process, let's go ahead and go into his character trial here. So you can see here, his attacks consume HP, and consuming HP grants his enhanced state. I believe it's called Vendetta state. And while in the enhanced, I keep trying to say enchanted here. While in the enhanced state, this character is immune to control effects and can taunt enemies to automatically attack this character. The more HP consumed, the greater the damage dealt. So that's actually pretty cool. I like the taunt. Especially since, Mydei really wants to lose HP, so obviously taunting all the enemies to attack him, or at least, most of them, is pretty dope. Now, you can see from his technique, it's not an attack, which is kind of, I would have expected it to be an attack, honestly, because it just kind of makes more sense for Mydei, but yeah, that is what it is. You can see down here what it does. Well, you can't really see because my camera's in the way, but I'll read it out for you. So it pulls in enemies within a certain area and inflicts daze on them. After attacking dazed enemies and entering battle, deals minor imaginary damage to all enemies and taunts the targets. This unit accumulates talent's charge. So the whole grouping thing is pretty cool. So being able to pull in enemies with his technique is pretty cool. Definitely I can see some use cases in certain modes and stuff for that. And then of course taunting them right off the rip with his technique is pretty dope as well, because of course that's just starting the clock of having him lose HP so he can enter his state here, which is in his talent. When losing HP, accumulates charge. When charge is at 100, enters the Vendetta state, restores HP, and advances action. During Vendetta, max HP increases and defense remains at 0. At the start of this unit's turn, automatically uses Kingslayer be King. So the defense being at 0 part is pretty important, because obviously, if he had more defense, then he'd be taking less damage, or he'd be losing less HP from being attacked. So having 0 defense and a high HP pool seems like the way to go there. And then of course he automatically uses Kingslayer be King at 100 charge. When charge reaches 150 during Vendetta, Mydei immediately gains 1 extra turn and automatically uses Godslayer be God. When Mydei receives a killing blow, he exits the Vendetta state. So it kind of seems like he's actually invincible, which is lore accurate, because when he receives a killing blow, he exits Vendetta. But I've seen that he has a bonus ability where he actually has to die 3 times before he exits Vendetta state, so that's pretty dope. He's actually lore accurate in that sense, and that's pretty cool too. And then you have his ultimate here, restores HP and accumulates the talent's charge, deals massive imaginary damage to one designated enemy and imaginary damage to adjacent targets, then taunts the target and their adjacent targets. So both his technique and ult can taunt targets, so that's really good. His skill consumes HP and deals imaginary damage to one designated enemy unit and minor imaginary damage to adjacent targets, and then his basic attack deals minor imaginary damage to one enemy. Alright, so yeah, now that we've gotten all the reading out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it and see what he can actually do. So you can see there they have the taunt. I'm assuming, I wonder if that only lasts for 1 turn. Let's see if we hit this button here. Yeah, so it's only for 1 turn. So they'll be untaunted after this, but they should hit Mydei here. We'll go ahead and throw some preemptive healing. And then we'll use our skill here. Now, I'm probably gonna skill and then ult, just to see if we can get into Godslayer be God. I don't know exactly how much charge we're gonna get here, but let's find out. So I think he just went into Kingslayer be King there. Let's see these guys. And we get the Tribby ult. So of course if we could have chained Tribby's ult before he went, then that would have been even better. Yeah, so he's at 95% right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and heal everyone up here. We'll go ahead and use Holpo's ult to give everyone some energy back. Then we got Tribby's follow-up attack there, and then Mydei with Kingslayer be King there. So now we're gonna bring him up, and I imagine he'll probably get enough to go into Godslayer be God. Let's find out. Wait, can we? We couldn't get the Bronya ult off first. But 351k damage there is not too bad. So yeah, we'll see if we can get Godslayer B God again before everyone dies. Let's go ahead and we'll use his ult. Make sure they're all taunted. 200k damage is not bad. You can also just go ahead and throw Trippy's ult out there again. Trippy's getting a ton of energy I've been noticing. But we don't have her skill up, so we're gonna have to, yeah, there we go. We can get that back. Mopo can kind of chill here, just smack somebody. Okay, so we're almost there. We might get Godslayer B God with this right here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We got it. So we'll do that again. 398k to end it off. That's not bad at all. Alright, so we just did Mydei's trial. I kind of just want to go, you know, kind of into his kit a little bit more here and see kind of what's going on. So it looks like we have some crit damage. We have speed. So I guess you kind of want, I mean, it makes sense. You kind of want Mydei to be fast. Obviously, the more he goes, the better he does. And, you know, the more Godslayer B God attacks you can get off. And then he has crit damage there and also some HP, which is of course really good for him too. So yeah, it seems like those are the main things that you want. Well, crit rate obviously. Well, actually you don't even need all that much crit rate on him, because as long as you get his HP up, you can get up to 48 crit rate from this bonus ability here. So honestly, you could probably just run either crit damage or HP substat chest piece on his relics, and you know, HP rope, obviously HP, either HP or imaginary. I'm not really sure which one would outweigh the other there, but yeah, that's a pretty dope bonus ability there. And then right here as well, so yeah, he's immune to crowd control debuffs in Vendetta state, which is pretty cool. I mean, he's going to be there pretty much all the time, so that's really nice. And also here's the bonus ability that makes it so he has to die 3 times to actually exit Vendetta. It seems like he's going to be a pretty dang good main DPS for a lot of people. But I just want to kind of go into like my pros and cons real quick, and then I think we'll be done for this video. So for my pros, I really like his design. I think he looks insanely good for a character. I mean, black and red are my 2 favorite colors, and then you mix some gold in there and it just looks insane. He looks so good. Like I like the way that they did his eyes as well. And yeah, just the tattoos, the bare chest, like the abs showing, like, he looks insane. He looks like a warrior, like, you know, he is, obviously, his whole bloodline and all that. But yeah, so design really good. The story, like the lore and characterization, I guess, behind him that they did in this 3.1 story, they showed him off really well. I think they did a great job of showcasing, you know, Mydei as a person, you know, as a character, I guess, and kind of the things that he's thinking about behind the scenes, so to speak, and kind of his motivations and his backstory and stuff like that. I think they did a great job with him in the story quest. So yeah, again, design, characters, lore, the way he looks, his attacks, the way his attacks look, they look really cool. I love the whole blood crystal thing, and then he like squeezes it, and yeah, the lion follow-up attack, like it all looks great as far as aesthetics. He absolutely has it. Yeah, and obviously his damage numbers were pretty dang good too, and the taunt as well. Like, he's got a lot of stuff going for him. But back to the damage numbers. In that showcase, we had Tribi, Quoho, and Bronya, which is, I think this is the first time that they've done all limited or all 5-star characters, because obviously Bronya is not limited there. I do think that that's a decently reasonable cast to have. I could kind of see not having Tribi because, of course, it was Tribi's banner and then Mydei's banner. Because Tribi, of course, is a busted Harmony unit, so a lot of people are going to want her. That just makes sense. Pretty much everyone has a Bronya by now, I'm sure, unless you're like a brand new player. Like anyone that's been playing the game for, you know, a decent bit here definitely has a Bronya by now for sure. And then, of course, Huo, definitely another extremely good sustain to have. Like, yeah, she's definitely carried her weight ever since she launched all the way back then. So let me now talk about something that I don't like, and that is the automatic use of his King Slayer be King and God Slayer be God. I don't like that at all. I don't understand why they decided to take away our ability to control our characters. Like I really hope that they like stop doing this. The first example that I can think of them doing this is with Acheron. Whenever she enters battle and whenever she ults, she automatically puts her debuff stacks on, you know, a enemy, and it's random. You can't pick, if there's, you know, multiple elites, you can't pick which one it goes on. Even for not zero cycling, that's still annoying because, you know, sometimes you just want to focus down one enemy because it's the most annoying one on the field, and you just want to focus it and get it killed so you can move on and deal with everything else later. But yeah, I don't like the whole not being able to control things and not being able to choose what these characters do. I think that's a bad thing. Now I'm sure some people think that that's a good thing because they don't really want to have to think about, you know, all this stuff like who they're attacking and when they're attacking and all that. But for me, yeah, I definitely like as much control as I can have over my characters and what they do. So yeah, that's kind of my biggest con. Now I'll say this and then pretty much wrap up the video. So my plan is to not pull Mydei. I mean, as you can see here, obviously I don't have the funds to really do so anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty much, again, I've said this before, but I'm not spending money on Star Rail anymore. I don't even have the pass. I'm not buying any more top-ups there, and also not doing the battle pass. It is what it is. I'm pretty much going entirely free to play from here going forward. I've made a video on why this is, so if you want to check that out, you can, just so you can have my reasoning and my thinking there. But yeah, I don't have the funds to get him, and honestly, I wouldn't get him even if I did have the ability to, because of course I do have Acheron, I have Firefly, I have Aglaya, I have Rappa. Like, I have all of these really good DPSs here that can absolutely still do really good work for my account. And of course, hold on, let's not forget, we can't forget my girl Silver Wolf here, my E6S5 Silver Wolf. Yeah, I still have all these really good DPSs, so I don't need a new one right now. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the video there. Now, as far as, I guess, a recap of what I think Mydei looks great. I think they did a great job of, you know, showing his character and his backstory and stuff in the main story quest. I like the way his attacks look, and I think that he'll do pretty good DPS in, like, in-game modes and stuff like that. But yeah, and the taunt, I do like the taunt as well, because obviously it just helps his kid. I don't know what Mydei's Eidolons do, but it seems like he has a pretty decent kit just at base. I think he has a pretty decent kit. So, and I'm sure his Eidolons obviously expand on that, but he doesn't seem incomplete at base, like, you know, some of these other characters have on launch. So guys, that's pretty much it for the video. If you liked the video, if you liked, you know, my thoughts on Mydei, leave a like down below. Also, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of Mydei, if you plan on pulling him, and, you know, all that stuff. And let me know down below in the comments. And also, you know, make sure to subscribe so that way you can see more of this stuff going forward. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you all in the next one, and until I do, keep it burning.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.